Last week, we had one of the most active days for tornadoes in recent memory in the Midlands. The National Weather Service had to visit each of those communities, which takes time, but they've surveyed the damage and they've determined that there were 8 tornadoes on the ground, and the strongest was an EF3 right in Bamberg and Orangeburg County. Now, despite how intense these storms were, perhaps the most miraculous thing about them was the upside, which is the fact that there were no fatalities, but the winds were intense. I'll show you a few of the worst of them. Bamberg and Orangeburg County had that EF3 with 160 mile-per-hour winds. Now, it didn't have that kind of wind speed for the entire path, but it was still a strong EF2 when it crossed into the Orangeburg County border with winds of 135 miles per hour. The EF2 tornado in Lexington and Aiken County was weaker, but it was the only one to create an injury. That happened with a partial roof collapse from that tornado, and even though an EF1, the number 1 being a pretty low number, may not seem like a lot, winds were 105 miles per hour with this one right by Gaston, creating numerous issues. The strongest of the winds were right along the Lexington and Calhoun County border with that tornado. And the last one of the evening was also a pretty strong one. In Manning, as the sun was setting, an EF2 tornado was on the ground with maximum winds of 115 miles per hour, which blew out windows. It created a garage collapse with roof damage across the path, as well as numerous trees snapped too. So it was a long duration event from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. This was a 4-hour-long tornado wall-to-wall situation. The worst of it was during the 5 and 6 o'clock hour. That was where we had some of the longest duration tornadoes. Certainly an event we won't soon forget. For News 19, I'm meteorologist Alex Calamia.